Alright guys, so it's not 120 degrees anymore. I'm going to go ahead and do a goodbye video to the 2012 Chevrolet Impala. It is no longer going to be in the family. It's been an overall good car. I mean, there's some complaints that I will mention a little bit later, but in the meantime, I'm going to explain to you kind of what happened. So my stepdad and my mom had to go get the charger coolant topped off along with the slip to show that the loan went through in the car. And in the midst of it, the salesman pulls up in a red Charger RT. Now it's kind of not like a really bright red, like it's actually a really dark candy apple red. It's really nice. And my mother absolutely fell in love with it. She test drove it and she loved all the features on it and so on and so forth. So nevertheless, the dealership actually quoted a good deal for a trade-in on this car for the 2017 Charger. Now, it wasn't really a decision that was made right away. Obviously, they had to negotiate, but there were some factors that kind of made them choose to trade this in. For example, the Impala's ride is very floaty, for one. Also, too, the transmission tends to gear hunt like crazy, and I've been noticing more and more that it's starting to have a little bit of shift flaring between third and fourth gear. Now, it's really hard to pick it up, but it does tend to happen from time to time, and it's actually becoming more prevalent, and a car that only has 33,000 miles should not already be having that issue. Also, too, I understand that Chevy has a torque management system and sometimes it will do some funky things with the transmission, but definitely they seem more like shift flares than anything. So, you know, it's kind of time to move on. But my mom had also mentioned that it failed to start 2 times, and so they tested the battery came back normal, so they were like, uh-oh, like what's going on? And the traction control tends to act up a little bit, engaging at times when it really shouldn't. So in the meantime, or with that being said, they decided to make the decision to get rid of the Impala. Now obviously they did get a good deal on it, like I said, just to get that 2017 Dodge Charger. Now the Impala is not a bad car. I know that I bag on it a few times, and I know that in this video it's kind of seeming like, oh my god, this car is kind of a piece of shit. But you also have to remember that this car may have been used as a rental car in the past, and it may have been beat on a few times. So, you know, it's not a bad car actually to take road trips on though. It's actually pretty smooth, pretty floaty. The interior, let me go ahead and show you guys the back seat at least. Oh, come on, man. Let's try that again. The back seat is actually pretty spacious. Now, do keep in mind, person that was driving this is about maybe 5 foot, what's my stepdad? Oh, he's 6 foot flat probably. And the seat's usually a little bit further back. My mom was driving it, but as you can see, I actually have plenty of leg room. This would be more, you know, complaint worthy, but at the same time, the seat is all the way back, and usually that does not happen. But another thing about the interior in this car is, for one, it's weird, and two, what's it called? You sink into the seats a lot. So, I mean, it's kind of good for road trips because you're comfortable back here, but then at the same time, you may get car sick because it is a very floaty ride. But as you can see, for a 2012, it's pretty bland up in the front. And the gear shift, although it is nice, it really should indicate what gears you are in, because it definitely can get pretty annoying when it's not actually on the shift lever itself. So this is pretty much it. I wanted to go ahead and make a goodbye video to the Impala. I'm not really going to do an interior review, but as you can see, that's kind of what it looks like up front. The fake wood grain that's literally plastic is kind of annoying. So, I mean, overall, it's not a bad car, like I said, but it definitely is time for this one to go. My sister and I will be keeping our cars just due to the fact that they don't have any problems. And of course, they are keeping Nellie Bell, the Expedition that's over there. So, with that being said, you guys, we must say goodbye to the Chevrolet Impala. But in the meantime, actually, I forgot something. I'm actually going to show you what I did to my car. Those are the wheels that were actually put onto this car a while back, just due to the fact that there was a wheel crack in, I think, the left front wheel. So this wheel had cracked originally, but you know, they had to replace all 4 of them, so we didn't want one black wheel and then all of them being the aluminum alloy wheels that came with the car. But we're gonna move on real quick to something that I'm gonna show you in my car, because I totally forgot to put this on YouTube a while back. So as you can see, I have a scratch on my bumper because a table hit it in the garage. But I actually did this a while back and I never showed you. So I did actually get black wheels for the Honda Accord. Reason being is that my wheel was also cracked in the front, and my tires were losing pressure pretty quickly. So unfortunately the Accord is not as clean as I would like it to be, just due to the fact that it's been raining, but yeah, that's actually what it looks like. I think it's a cool look. I mean, you know, grandma color with black wheels, so it makes me look like I'm a hippie grandma car. But, you know, this Accord has treated me well, and I'll be keeping it for a while. It's just about to hit 200,000 miles. So, yeah, but that's about it, you guys. So we will say goodbye to the 2012 Chevrolet Impala that's over there, and we'll welcome the new one when I actually get a chance to see it. Have a good one, guys.